A dejected Devin Haney was spotted quickly making his way out of the arena after his devastating defeat to Ryan Garcia. Eddie Hearn also expressed his disappointment with Devin's performance, but he later made a weird statement at the end. Have a look.
I thought Devin boxed really poor, but he got hurt in the first round. I don't know whether he, how quickly he recovered, but then I had him winning like two. It's probably a controversial thing, and I guess I'm on Devin's side. I actually scored the fight a draw.
Eddie Hearn didn't put the entire blame on Devin for losing the fight. He, however, failed to acknowledge Garcia's psychological game going into this fight. Watch how Devin reacted after Ryan Garcia brought up Haney's mom before the fight.
Letting, things shouldn't be said. Some things you just don't say. And he brought up my mom, like, why? Which I don't even know what was his point.
Garcia's entire game plan was hitting Devin Haney psychologically, which helped him win this fight. But what did Eddie Hearn and the others have to say about this? And what prompted Ryan Garcia to win this fight? Stick around and watch as we find out in this video. Ryan Garcia put up a brilliant display in the ring which led to him defeating Devin Haney. The result was a major shock to many in the boxing world, including Devin Haney himself. He least expected a loss, considering his confidence was sky high before the fight. Devin was confident about destroying Ryan Garcia and retiring him from boxing after the California boxer faced a slew of mental issues, including alcohol and substance abuse before the fight. Garcia also took several verbal jabs at Haney, trying his best to get to the current WBC super lightweight champion's head. All this while, Haney oozed with confidence, refusing to fall for Kingry's trap. However, it was not meant to be. In the final couple of days leading up to the fight, Ryan Garcia upped his psychological warfare and made several controversial statements about Devin and his family. During the final press conference before the fight, Kingry brought up Devin's mom during the conversation. Garcia ended up making several derogatory statements about Haney's mom, which prompted the Dream to respond. He simply said, "There is something wrong with this mother asterisk error."
And he brought up my mom, like, why? Which I don't even know what was his point, because at the end of the day, I can see bringing up my dad, because my dad is my coach, and my dad is, we're in boxing.
However, during an interview later on, Devin seemed annoyed about Kingry's latest comments. Haney expressed frustration over Garcia's comments, deeming it unnecessary and disrespectful. According to Haney, while it might be understandable to mention his father, who is also his coach and involved in boxing, the inclusion of his mother was out of line and irrelevant to their professional conflict. Haney explained that such comments about family members who are not part of the boxing world crossed a personal boundary, making it hard for him to maintain his usual composure. Despite this, Haney reaffirmed his focus on the fight, distancing himself from Garcia's personal actions and choices outside the ring. Devin's promoter, Eddie Hearn, also reacted to the bizarre press conference and made some bizarre predictions regarding what could go down in the ring. "It's been chaotic from the beginning. Something is bound to happen, though I can't predict what," remarked Hearn. "Maybe Ryan won't come out of the locker room. Perhaps he'll behave erratically and hurt Devin. Maybe he'll do something unprecedented like biting him or leaving the ring mid-fight, or even quitting on his stool." Expressing his unease with Garcia's behavior, Hearn voiced concerns about the well-being of those close to the Mexican-American fighter. "I see someone struggling, frankly. I don't understand how his inner circle can witness his conduct and feel at ease with it. I doubt they are," Hearn shared with Fight Hub.
Devin's probably a bit pissed off or miffed by the whole build-up, really. I think Devin wants to do a job on him, and he's got to stay calm, because I don't know where Ryan is at physically and mentally. I didn't think this fight was going to happen.
Hearn failed to recognize that Garcia was playing the mental game all along, and he managed to get on Devin's nerves, thus giving him a massive advantage before the fight. Kingry's entire game plan was to weaken Devin Haney psychologically, and he exploited it in the ring with his powerful punches. In a post-fight interview, Hearn opened up about where it went wrong for Devin. He was critical of the Dream, saying that he boxed poorly. Hearn was surprised but acknowledged that Garcia performed exceptionally well, contrary to his expectations. He noted that Garcia appeared much larger in the ring, resembling a middleweight, which he implied played a significant role in the dynamics of the fight. Hearn pointed out that Haney had a challenging night, getting caught early in the fight and struggling to fully recover, which affected his performance throughout. Despite this, Haney demonstrated great resilience by continually getting up after being knocked down, particularly highlighting the toughness shown after a significant knockdown in the 10th round. Addressing the issue of Garcia's weight, Hearn reflected on the complications it introduced, especially since Garcia was over the weight limit by 3.5 pounds and did not participate in a weigh-in on the day of the fight. This, according to Hearn, gave Garcia a notable size advantage. Hearn was candid in admitting that his predictions for the fight were off. He had previously believed that Haney would easily win, but Garcia's surprising strength and strategy led to a different outcome. Despite the heated build-up to the fight, including exchanges with Garcia's camp, Hearn expressed respect for Garcia's victory, acknowledging that he underestimated him. Looking forward, Hearn considered the possibility of a rematch for Haney, although he also recognized that Garcia might have other significant fights lined up, potentially against opponents like Gervonta Davis or Teofimo Lopez. He concluded the interview by noting the challenges of promoting fights in New York, referencing recent experiences with other fighters and expressing a desire to avoid similar issues in the future. Hearn once again failed to acknowledge Kingry's psychological warfare in his post-fight interview. However, Bill Haney also reacted to the loss and had a different opinion. Bill Haney described the match as unexpectedly challenging, citing an early shot that Devin received, which he believes Devin never fully recovered from. Despite this setback, Bill Haney praised Devin, saying he continued to fight valiantly, refusing to let the fight end with him on the canvas. Bill highlighted Devin's continuous effort to rise after being knocked down, showcasing his grit and determination. Regarding the potential advantages Ryan Garcia may have had, including the controversial issues around his weight, Bill did not dwell on these aspects. Instead, he maintained focus on Devin's performance and the possibilities for the future. He expressed a strong desire for a rematch, believing that there were moments in the fight where Devin shone, indicating that the fight was competitive despite the challenges. Bill refrained from criticizing the referee or the fight's conditions, opting instead to focus on reviewing the fight footage and preparing for future opportunities. He spoke about the emotional challenge of dealing with Devin's first professional loss, both as a father and a trainer. Bill plans to use this experience as a learning opportunity, suggesting that it was a minor setback paving the way for a major comeback. Throughout the interview, Bill's tone was one of pride in his son's resilience and a forward-looking perspective towards regaining momentum in Devin's career. Speaking of Kingry, many assumed he wasn't focused on this fight, which could play in him losing to Devin. However, it turns out Garcia was actively trying to get into Devin's head right until the day of the fight. Kingry's trainer Derek James also insisted that Garcia was focused and trained hard for this fight. "He does zone in, and he does work hard," stated James. "I just focus on what he does in this building and don't even focus on all the other stuff." James insisted that when Garcia enters his gym, he is not interested in hearing about things from the internet. For some, James is the difference maker. He had had only one fight with Garcia, the 8th-round knockout win over Oscar Duarte before the Devin Haney fight. It was a small sample size, but Garcia credits James for teaching him a technical style of boxing, something that James explained, saying, "I work with him on specific things not until he gets it right, but until he can't get it wrong."
Use his legs to open him up, and use his legs to make him reach, use his legs. It was good. We gotta go.
One more. Everyone doubted him going in.
After Kingry's victory, James expressed great pride and satisfaction. In a brief interview with Boxing News, Derek highlighted the strategic execution that led to the win, emphasizing Ryan's use of mobility to control the fight. He pointed out how Ryan's ability to utilize his legs effectively forced Devin to overextend himself, which played a crucial role in securing the victory. Derek also addressed the doubts many had about Ryan's capabilities heading into the fight. He noted that this win was a significant demonstration of Ryan's skill level, effectively showcasing him as one of the top fighters in the world. The overall sentiment from Derek was one of vindication and triumph, clearly delighted with the outcome and the proof of their successful strategy and preparation. Ryan Garcia's victory over Devin Haney was not just a triumph of physical prowess, but also a masterclass in psychological warfare. Leading up to the fight, Garcia engaged in an unrelenting campaign of mental tactics aimed at unsettling Haney, demonstrating that boxing is as much a mental game as it is a physical one. Garcia's strategy involved constant taunting and psychological pressure that persisted right up to the fight day. This approach is rooted in the principle of gaining a psychological edge by disrupting an opponent's mental state, making them emotionally invested and potentially leading them to deviate from their game plan. Garcia's behavior suggested he was not just fighting in the ring, but also playing a chess game, where each move was calculated to provoke a response from Haney. The taunting ranged from social media jabs to public comments during press conferences, where Garcia made it a point to undermine Haney's confidence. This continuous mental barrage aimed to plant seeds of doubt in Haney's mind, challenging his composure and focus during the highly anticipated bout. While many experts pointed to Garcia's 3-pound weight advantage as a decisive factor in his physical dominance, it was arguably the mental aspect that tipped the scales in his favor. By the time the fighters stepped into the ring, Garcia's mind games might have already taken a toll on Haney's psychological readiness. This aspect of preparation is often underestimated, but can profoundly impact performance, especially in a sport where mental fortitude is as critical as physical condition. But what do you think of Ryan Garcia's masterclass in psychological warfare? Do you agree that this played a huge role in Garcia's victory? Let us know in the comments. That's it for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Turn on the bell for the latest notifications so that you never miss out on videos like this. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.